a lot of you jakes can take it. Can take this chip and what? Ultimately what? Be destroyed, man. We all know it's the will of yahawah, bahasham, yahawashi, because when the Lord comes back, he's gonna come back and with the holy angels, right? Come back and do what? Deliver the elect of the nation of Israel and destroy this wicked kingdom, man. This wicked society that America pushes out, man. Homosexuals, transgenderism. Babylon means confusion, man. America is the land of confusion. You got transgenders, and you got kids can define themselves as a fucking animal now. If you want to be a cat, they gotta respect you. You want to be like, man, this is confusion, man. You don't know if you're looking at a man or a woman. You see a woman in a man clothes, short haircut. You see a man wearing a dress. You just seen Joe Biden push out that protecting that same-sex marriage. That's wicked, man. You know, this is Sodom. Why did Sodom and Gomorrah get destroyed? The same things that America is doing. That's the reason why Sodom and Gomorrah was burned with fire and brimstone. Well, there's a new fire and brimstone coming to that great city, which is known as spiritual Sodom in Egypt, which is America, man. That's the only remedy for this kingdom, that nuclear destruction, man. All right. Let's keep reading. Neither had they received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, which is the chip, man. And they lived and reigned with yahawashi, Hamashiach, 1,000 years. Who lived and reigned with yahawashi, Hamashiach, who this whole world arrogantly calls Jesus Christ, the Israelites, man. The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, but the rest of the dead lived not again till the 1,000 years were finished. This is the first resurrection. All right, let me see. Blessed and holy is he that hath part in the first resurrection. On such a second death had no power. And the first death was what? The first death was a flood. The flood that came, that Noah prophesied against, man. Noah prophesied for more than 120 fucking years, man. 120 years. You know what? I'm not sure if you brothers can see me real good. Damn, Salaki. I was going, Noah prophesied for what? 120 years, telling everybody what? That it was going to rain, man. That it was going to be a flood. And everybody kept looking at Noah, laughing at him, calling him names, thinking he was heck yeah, like crazy. And guess what? Majority of these people look at us like we're crazy, man. They look at the prophets as in, well, what are these fools saying? Oh, fucking losers, go get a life. No, man. I'd rather do this than work all the goddamn fucking time, man. Tired of this fucking slavery shit, man. Tired of Babylon the Great, man. Fucking America has to go. This captivity is it. All right, and let's keep reading. Blessed and holy is he that had part in the first resurrection, or such the second death had no power, but they shall be priests of yahawah and yahawashi. God damn, what's that smell, bro? And shall reign with them 1,000 years, yeah. And when the 1,000 years are expired, all right, which was around 300 to 1300s, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison, which is who? The so-called white man, starting with the Spaniards. Who came to the Americas around what? Was it 1400s? No. Yeah, right. 14 was it 1492? Somebody can correct me on that on the comment board if I'm mistaken. But around what 1400s was when the conquistadors came to the Americas, man. the Spaniards, which were Edomites, which is after the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison. That's referring to the nation of Esau, Edom, to the Edomites, the so-called white man. They were loosed because it was prophecy that they shall be loosed out of his prison in the bottomless pit, which is in Europe. Where is Spain? In Europe, man. Okay, and shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. All right, let me keep reading. Verse 10. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire, which is what? America's destruction, man. The lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever, which is referring to a long period of time. Okay, and let me see. All right, you know that was it on Revelation 20. But let's go to let me see. Bear with me real quick. You know what? Let's go to Jeremiah 30:7, because let me see. That great city. That great, yeah.
I'll have to.
You know, Matthew 13:11 real quick, because to a lot of people it ain't, this ain't given to them, man. Matthew 13:11, it said, he answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. Well, these mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, which starts in the scriptures, can only be given to who? To the Israelites, man. All right, and not all Israel can receive that. Let's go to that real quick, which is Romans. Let me see. Romans only the elect. Bear with me real quick. KJV. All right. Romans 11:7, and it reads, "What then? Israel had not obtained that which he seeketh for." Well, which we see, man. We see the Israelites, and the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. They're the ones majority that fill up the church houses. They're the ones that want to worship God. Want to do the right thing. Right? They want to put their stuff away, start a different life. They're the ones really under this. They're really drunken under philosophies. They're drunken of different types of wine. But this is why it says, "What then? Israel had not obtained that which he seeketh for." They seek to please the Heavenly Father, and all that stuff. But it tells you, but the election hath obtained it. So only the elect will receive this truth. All right. So this is why we say that this is only for the elect, man. And the rest were blinded. That was the point. The rest are blinded. They can't receive this truth. All right, let me see. And we are starting to see 2nd Esdras 6:8, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, because Jacob is what? Grabbing Esau's heel, which represented that we were going to be bringing down Esau, man. And which is what we're doing today. Well, we're telling Esau that his time is up, that there's a new rulership coming after this kingdom goes out. You see, these these other nations, Kim Jong-un, Vladimir Putin, even America, Joe Biden, all of them, when they all go to war, their main objective to this war is going to be, let's see who's going to rule after this world war, man. But that's when Yahawashi is going to come back. And he's going to come back with his military, man, with his army of chariots, which are the so-called UFOs, man. Which we know they're angelic vehicles, right? So the Lord is going to come back and go to war with all nations. All nations are going to stop what they're doing. And this is in 2nd Ezra chapter 13. And they're going to basically go see Yahawashi come back with his thousands and thousands of chariots. And they were sore afraid. But they still fought. Yahawashi put a spirit in them to fight, and basically, you know, so it's gonna be all a show, man. Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi is gonna put on a show when he comes back. All right, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right, you know what? Let me get Matthew real quick. Let me get a... No. The book of Isaiah, because we know what, man? I'm telling you, man, America has to pay, man, for what is done to the children of Israel. That's one of the main things we come out when we teach the elect, man. That there's no gonna be no peace coming, man. What was the beginning of certain things when that C to the O to the V to, you know, to the IED came, that was that was part of their agenda, man, which does go under a pestilence, but it was part of the agenda to push out, to carry on their real agenda, man. All right, and you know, like I said, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. You know, Esau, we know what he has coming, man. We know how he's gonna come down with great wrath, because he has what? A short time, according to the scriptures. All right, let's go to the book of Isaiah chapter 13. The burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. All right, so there's a burden coming to Babylon. All right, and like I said before, Jacob's trouble is gonna be like a time like never before. All right, Jeremiah 30:7, real quick. Allah's for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Jacob's who? Jacob is the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the Israelites. Because we know Jacob's name was changed to Israel when he wrestled against an angel. And Jacob means what? Prince of thy power. Isaiah chapter 13 verse 1, the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. Exalt the voice unto them. Shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the noble. And we are lifting up what? Lift ye up a banner, which is what? The scriptures, man. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. All right, verse 4, the noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, or tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land of Babylon, man. You see, so there's a lot of prophecies that basically point out to Babylon, which we know it's talking about what, America, man, because ancient Babylon didn't go out like that. So there's a new Babylon, there's a new Egypt. You know, like I said, Babylon the Great, which America has many titles, man. All right, to destroy the whole land. Howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. So the destruction of the Almighty Yahawah towards America. Why is that, man? You see, so you got to know the history to understand the mystery, right? Why is America gonna be destroyed? Well, check the history. What did it do, man? Who was here before the so-called Edomites, the so-called white man? The Europeans came, the indigenous people, the Northern Kingdom, which are what the so-called Latinos today. You know, and what did the Edomites do to the so-called Native Americans, man? They did a genocide upon them. They shed the blood. That's the thing, man. They don't understand. They shed the blood of the children of Israel. And the scriptures say what? That he that touches, he that touches the what is it? Zechariah 2:8. For thus said the Lord of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations, which spoiled you. For he that touches you, which is referring to Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, he that touches you, touches the apple of his eye.
He's good.
So that's it.
You can't put words into it. That's exactly what it
That's exactly what it means.
means.
All right, who touched the apple of his eye, man? Who Edom touched the apple of his eye. America is Babylon the Great.
I agree with that part.
And America is going to be destroyed.
He was going to start putting his own twist on it with the Native Americans,
Which is the tribe of Gad.
But also, it wasn't the white people that got rid of the Native Americans. It was also the Latinos. Everybody had a part in that. It wasn't just the white people. No, I've been here listening. There's a lot of it that needs to be added into it. But I don't.
So after
I'm just listening.
Zechariah 2:8, for thus said the Lord of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations, which spoiled you. For he that touches you, touches the apple of his eye. Who are the main ones that put the Native Americans, man, the so-called Latinos, the Negroes in slavery? All right? Who put the babies as alligator bait, right? Who put him on cotton fields? We know it was the Lord cursing his people, but who did the Lord use? The Edomites, man. And who are the Edomites today? Who make up the nation of Edom, whom the Lord has in anger forever? The so-called white man, the so-called white man, the so-called Caucasian race, are the Edomites, man. And this is what we come out and we tell basically that America is going to be destroyed because America was founded off the bloodshed of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. And as the scriptures say, that he that touches you touches the apple of his eye. And let's keep going. What is it? Jeremiah 15:14. Let's go to that real quick as I started the camp with. You see, and they always try to put a little twist to it, that it wasn't just the white man. Well, it don't matter who it was. Esau Edom has to pay. 37. 40. You know what? Let's get it right here. All right. You know, let's go back to Isaiah chapter 13. All right. Because I already went through that scripture. Isaiah 13 verse 7. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt, and they shall be afraid. Pains and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain, as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners there out of it. So, behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger. They ain't telling you that in these churches, man. You see, they're telling you what's nice things, smooth things, man. They're not even out. I don't see no Christians out in the corners and the highways and hedges, as the scriptures tell you to come out. The scriptures tell you, hey, go to the highways and hedges that my house may be filled. You don't see you see them in temples made of hands, man. Which the book of Acts declares that the Spirit of the Lord is not in temples made of hands, man, which are these modern day churches. All right. So, verse 9 again, behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate. So there's a land that is going to be desolate, right? That we're prophesying against that land, which is America, which is Babylon the Great. All right. And when you go to Isaiah 13, it tells you the burden of Babylon. You see, which we're linking up to certain other prophecies, right? To the destruction. And he shall destroy the sinners that are out of it. Who are the only ones that can transgress the law are the Israelites, because the nation of Israel was given the law. All right. Verse 10, for the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. You know, verse 12, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of fear. Therefore I will shake the heavens. How's the Lord going to shake the heavens, man? When those nukes touch down. And the earth shall remove out of her place, because the destruction of America is going to be so massive. All right, not only the destruction of America, but the land of Israel. All right, which the so-called, well, that is what they call themselves, Israelis live in. Guess what? That place is going to be destroyed too. Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of the Lord of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. I will shake the heavens, man. You see, and you gotta be smart, man. You gotta see why are all the nations showing off their mighty power now? Why are they showing off the nukes they got, man? They're testing new missiles, well, every other week, man. You see Kim Jong-un, Vladimir Putin talking about, oh, we got this missile now, we got that missile now. The U.S. can't detect these missiles. The U.S. can't do nothing against these missiles, man. Why is that? Because they're all gonna come touch down on. Well, the scriptures say what? The Lord shall come as a thief in the night. The Lord shall come as a thief in the night. Why is that? So when the destruction comes, they're gonna be non-detectable, right? Those missiles are gonna be non-detectable. So the Lord is coming, well, right before the nukes touch down to gather his elect, to save. This is gonna be the real salvation, to save the elect of the nation of Israel, man. And it's going to be so bad that it reads, and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of the Lord of hosts, and the day of his fierce anger. And it shall be as a chased roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people, and flee every one into his own land. Every one that is found shall be thrust through, and every one that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. The sword is what? The instrument of death, man. Alright, verse 16. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled. They're not telling you that in these churches, man. There's going to be an invasion coming in America, man. Hey, and we seen what? A lot of more buses. United Nations, man. The UN. You see, the United Nations just declared what? Let's get that real quick. Bear with me real quick. I gotta get it. If it's still here. What was it, man? Brother made a video on it. Fuck. United Nations basically are saying, what is it, man? That what the fuck was it, bro? Oh, they're going against the conspiracy theorists, saying that the global elites don't run the whole world, basically. Which we know they're just going against the prophets of yahawah, bahasham, yahawashi. Verse 16, their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled and their wives ravished. So the houses shall be spoiled links up to 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and 15. Alright, verse 17, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them. The Medes are the modern day Russians. And what are we seeing? We're seeing the modern day Medes, the Russians, being stirred up, man. Putin is talking about all, you know, how he's gonna put an end to America, that he can destroy the east coast of America, you know, with one of his missiles. Kim Jong-un wants to destroy America too, man. You see, it's not only America is in the center and all its enemies are being gathered around it. As Jeremiah 50 and 14 tells you, round about, all ye that bend the bow, shoot at her and spare no arrows. That's talking about the nukes that they're going to shoot at America, man. And not only them, but the EU and NATO, which are what? The 7 heads and 10 horns, which is what? The modern day, the beast, which is NATO and the EU. They shall hate the whore. The whore is who? America, Babylon the Great, which rideth on the beast. Right? And you know, like I said, man, these mysteries were given unto us, but unto them, unto the rest of the Israelites, the Christians, the Catholics, they don't understand. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. So even the children, man. Let's get 2nd Ezra real quick. 2nd Ezra chapter what is it? 15. Oh, I got it right here. Let's go to it right here. Right here. Alright, 2nd Ezra chapter 15. And it says, his prophecy is certain. God will take vengeance upon the wicked, upon Egypt. A horrible vision, Babylon and Asia are threatened. Alright, and it reads, behold, speak down the ears of my people the words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord. The book of Isaiah chapter 13 is full of prophecy, man, against the burden of Babylon, which is America. And I left off on verse 18. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees, excellency shall be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. What happened to Sodom and Gomorrah? How is Sodom and Gomorrah now? The archaeologists have found it. It's desolate. Nothing, man. No root or branch is growing there. There's nothing but what is it? The brimstone? No, the sulfur that they found. That it's not like the ones that You know, it was a different type. But there's proof that Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed, man. All right, but let's go to 2nd Ezra chapter 15, and it reads, Behold, speak down the ears of my people the words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Let's jump down to verse 5. Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. The sword, famine, there's a famine coming too. You see, all these things must come to pass before the destruction, man. And the Lord set up his men to go out to the highways and byways and to give warning to the elect of the nation of Israel, because the Lord is only dealing with those people, man. Okay. Verse 14, let's jump down to verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city, and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the pride of who? The pride of the elites, Esau, Edom. A man shall... For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. And the cities are going to be troubled by the certain laws they're going to be pushing out. The certain, let's say, gas prices, food prices. You know, because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. The people are going to react in a horrific way, man. They're going to take, like it reads right here. Let me see. And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. All right, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So these men that, you know, obviously we're all gonna go through Jacob's trouble, but if the Lord ain't guiding you and protecting you, the spirit of yahawah, bahasham, yahawashi, then you're finished, you're through, man. And not only you, but if the Lord ain't dealing with you, he ain't gonna be dealing with your seed or nothing like that, man. So a lot of men are gonna take things into their own power, gonna break in another home just to feed their kids, just to feed their wives. All right, but this is why I said, and men shall be afraid. Verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. You see, that's the thing. We know all this is coming, man, and we meditate on this really heavy. At least myself, I do. I got kids, man, and there's certain things. You know, the houses shall be spoiled, shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, with the